she had a vision that he would fail, not because he wasn't smart, but because he didn't have control over one thing: his own mind. In a quiet village, surrounded by soft hills and whispering trees, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was just 16, but everyone said he had a bright future. He was clever, quick to learn, and always full of big dreams. His biggest dream: to become a doctor, to help people, to save lives. But there was one big problem. Arjun's mind was never still. Every time he sat down to study, his thoughts would fly away. One moment he was reading biology, the next scrolling through his phone, watching videos, laughing at silly memes. He would tell himself, "I'll study later. There's still time." But later never really came. His parents tried to help. "Arjun, you must focus." His teachers tried too. "Discipline, Arjun. Discipline will shape your future." But he didn't listen. He thought, "I'm smart. That's enough, right?" He believed that talent alone would carry him forward. One day, Arjun's school held a scholarship exam. Winning it would mean studying at a top school in the city, a huge step toward his dream. He took the exam with hope, with excitement. He imagined the applause, the proud smile of his mother, the cheers of his friends. But when the results came, his name wasn't there. He had failed. His friends, the ones who studied every day, even when it was hard, had passed. Some with top scores. His teachers looked at him, not with anger, but with quiet disappointment. Arjun felt his chest tighten. Not because he wasn't smart, but because deep down he knew he had wasted his time. He had wasted his chance. That evening, he sat alone in his room. The air felt heavy. The room was quiet. But inside his mind, a storm was brewing. He remembered all the times he said, "I'll start tomorrow." All the hours he spent on games, chats, and daydreams. Tears filled his eyes. For the first time, Arjun understood. Being smart is not enough. Without discipline, dreams die quietly. But he didn't want to give up. He wanted to change, to grow stronger, to take control of his mind. He remembered a story his grandmother once told him about a wise old monk who lived far outside the village. "They say he used to be just like you," she said once. "But he trained his mind, and now he teaches others how to do the same." The next morning, with determination in his heart, Arjun set out to find the monk. He walked for hours through winding paths and rustling trees, until he reached a quiet monastery by the hills. There, under a great old tree, sat the monk, eyes closed, face calm, still like water. Arjun bowed. His voice shook a little. Master, I can't control my mind. I want to be successful, but I keep getting distracted. Please teach me. How do I discipline my mind? The monk slowly opened his eyes. He looked at Arjun and smiled gently. Ah, the restless mind, the greatest challenge of all. He motioned for long ago, the monk began. There was a young man named Fear. Fear wanted to become the best archer in the land. He was strong, he was fast, but he had no focus. One day, he would practice with full energy. The next, he would sit by the river, throwing stones and wasting time. Frustrated, Fear went to a great archery master. Please, he said, make me the best. The master took him to a river. He handed him a bow and said, shoot that leaf floating on the water. Fear tried, he aimed, he shot, he missed. The master asked, what did you see? The leaf, the river, the sky, the trees, Fear replied. The master shook his head. That is your problem. You see everything except what matters. Fear was confused, but he didn't give up. Day by day, he trained. He practiced not just with his bow, but with his mind. He taught himself to see only one thing, the target. Weeks passed, then months, and one day when the master asked again, what do you see? Fear said, I see only the leaf. And this time, the arrow flew straight and hit the target. The monk looked at Arjun. Your mind, too, is like Fear's, always seeing too much, always chasing every sound, every screen, every thought. But Arjun asked, how do I change that? I want to focus, but I don't know how. The monk smiled. There are 4 simple rules, he said. Follow them, and you will learn. Rule 1, control your thoughts. When your mind starts to wander, bring it back. Again and again, like a wild horse brought back to the path. Rule 2, create a routine. Your mind needs structure. Wake up, study, rest, repeat. Not when you feel like it, but every day. Rule 3, remove distractions. Identify what pulls your focus, your phone, TV, noise. Remove them when you study. Be strict. Rule 4, be consistent. Discipline is not built in one day. It is built with effort. Small steps, every day. Arjun listened. He nodded. He felt something shift inside. That night, for the first time in a long time, he made a plan. A real one. He turned off notifications, deleted unnecessary apps, made a study schedule, and most importantly, he followed it. The first week was hard. His fingers missed the phone. His eyes searched for distractions, but each time he brought his focus back. Little by little, his mind began to obey. Weeks turned into months. He could now study for hours, focused, clear. And then came the next big exam. This time, Arjun was ready. He entered the exam hall not with fear, but with calm. When the results came, he was at the top, number 1 in the district. Everyone clapped. His teachers smiled. His mother cried with pride, but inside, Arjun knew this success wasn't because of his intelligence. It was his discipline, his effort, his trained mind. Years later, Arjun stood on a grand stage, a doctor, receiving an award for excellence. He looked at the audience and remembered the monk's words. The mind is like a wild horse. If you don't control it, it takes you where it wants. But if you train it, it will take you where you truly want to go.